University of Conscious Science. Before we get started, I was watching this video and it was a rocket that was supposed to be hitting the upper atmosphere, what they call the firmament, the dome, and that was the image that appeared. I also saw the same image when I was studying Kundalini. This is a Kundalini chakra right here, which we call, in our terms, a cell. I want you to see the video first so you can get an understanding of what I was talking about. This is the actual video.
This thing is doing something weird, and I was looking at it and watching it and going, well, it doesn't look like it hit the firmament. And then, to my surprise, I seen some ripples. You're about to see them move across what appears to be the firmament. And there they go. These ripples look just like ripples you've seen on water, but this is really, really far away. These are giant move across what appears to be the firmament. And there they go. These ripples look just like ripples you've seen on water, but this is really, really far away. These are giant ripples moving outward. I thought that was spectacular. I had never seen anything like that. Across.
What you're looking at is what's called the wheel, the ring. That's what Ezekiel saw right there. It's also in Kundalini, and the ancients had already recorded it. These is images of what the ancients saw. This is a cell, and they're inputting other cells and making the genetic transmutation. This is the depth of it going down, and when it goes down, it turns to that lily flower. These are the gatekeepers inside of your light, and these is the actual light with the gatekeepers showing them. It forms these loops that we call the bracelet, or you can see that's my rosary beads. As you can read, this is the feminine energy of the serpent. Now watch, as you can see, there go the cell right there. It's the same cell.
There they go.
Here you see the same cells live in action. They change from circles to octagon shape. This is now special effects or anything. This is all real. This is what I do as a Gene-sis Scientist, taught to me by the gods. That's their face right there. If you could make out their cloud look, you see it's a side face profile. So Lord of the Rings, this Lord Enki, is also a Gene-sis Scientist. Through the radiation of the black body, we're able to capture light and project it back into a reflection of what's inside your Merkaba. In doing so, the light becomes alive and now becomes one with the gods. In this case, the one I call God is the light with my missing genetic cells. By us uniting and under meditation, he enters my magnetic field and alters my cells, my genetics, so I can see into the other dimensions of light. As you can see, my skin dissolves into the light. It turns an E1 solid atom into a transmutation of an E4 etheric Anu atom. It's like putting your body into service mode, then the energy of the gods descend on you like tractor trailers on your neck and shoulders. Once they do that, it's like aura is formed, a rainbow, and inside that rainbow is where your real cells is, not the ones you feel on the solid part of your body, the etheric cells that's projecting from you, your etheric body, which is next to you or a part of you. They could connect to that and you will see rainbows form. You bend light. You see, the gods is everything. As you look at my background, it forms the face of a man with his mouth open and his eyes are kind of mean and gory like a Godzilla metallic look. This is all how they operate. Out of focus is actually another dimension. And as you can see right here, he's really putting pressure, pulling up my cells. You see the cell right here on this rainbow? And look what color it is. It's the indigo color, the same color, the purple. And right there's the cell. As you see his face in the background, that's his teeth and mouth open right there. He's everywhere. You see how his eyes is? He's trying to show you. But look how when it goes into focus, it's just my wall with the lamp and everything. But this is how the gods work. If you don't know how they work, you will never be able to see them. Just like the interior part of my hand is his mouth open with a face coming in there. If you don't know how to understand them, read them, it's like they look at you as not a living person as far as understanding the God, the true and living. So it serves its purpose. It's for the children of God. And if you're the child of God, you will know the procedures on how to connect to yourself and reactivate your genetics. They'll teach you. You know, as you can see when I say they teach you, that's what you see in the sunlight. This is just my finger I'm using. As I pull it away, you can look. Now, the research doesn't always go the same way. This was another time I did a meditation with my finger and the eye appeared. This is the eye of God right there, Ra, whatever you want to call it. It's a real eye. It's not something that I'm projecting through the reflection of some other thing. It comes up all the time in any of my cloud videos. If you see my cloud videos, it's full of eyes. If you look on my wall, it's full of eyes. They're always with me. It's like you're guided and they control what you say, control what you do. But it's a good control. It's rather you being a higher being or you just being your lower self demon or what you believe. And whatever you believe is taught to you by the government. It's not the real actual facts. So I just want you to see that this is real right here. As I had done the meditation, it was supposed to be pulling up of the cells, but instead it was an actual image of this eye with the mouth coming in, as you can see, and there of the God showing himself. He want to be on video, let you know it's real. You see how I lift my finger back? Well, also now, you see how I profess my rosary beads. You know, they're a gift from the gods, and they do more than what everybody think, you know. I tell people what kind of rosary beads to get because there's something special about them that they taught me how to see into other dimensions. What you're looking now is me pulling up the orb. This bright orb in the middle will now cast a reflection to the second sphere, which will show actually a physical picture going on in another dimension. It's black and white, but at the same token, right underneath the bright orb, another dimension is opening where you see into another world. And also below that little quarter dimension that's spindling under the orb, you see another window or sphere is open in another ring, and that shows the gatekeeper that is the gatekeeper of that world. You know, I could break it down to you and teach you it because these is part of your astral journey that is in the air. Look at it like you see these orbs right here. They're all over the place, everywhere. You would imagine now the rest of the screen is just filled with it, but you can't see it. It's like you have to have some spiritual eye to see it, else you will just see the background of the gate in the neighbor's house or whatever. So it takes a lot for you to understand what's going on. It will be trying to see in a different perspective of what you see and use your spiritual eye to take it to the next level. The chain also is like a micro unit microscope. You see beyond just what an atomic size is. It goes to the light, to the size of light, to where you see phonon cells become these big worlds to you. That's how strong the magnification of these beads are. And you know, I just wanted to show you how it works so you get an example of what these is and how our higher selves work. These is all here to connect you. These lights is part of you, your consciousness. So take this as energy being sent to you and information being sent to your subconscious to wake it up. Just absorb it. Now, how does this all come together? With this eye, the eye of Ra right here. You see now, these same orbs and circles and spheres that I was showing you is right inside the bottom of my eyelids where the dragon had took its seat. Now you see under meditation, they start to come alive. And I see the astral world as I close my eyes as these little lights. And I start to align them and travel through each little sphere. It looked like blurs at first as I align and go through. You could just keep going. As you can see, these are spinning now in my eyes. These is the chakras. These is the wheels. The same cell that I tell you about, you're looking at them actually in real time, and I'm giving you the view from inside my eyes of how it works. So you see what you would see inside your own head or with your eyes closed as you're traveling. But I'm not at the first circle. I'm in the middle right now as we're going through, and I'm going to the beginning, the little skinny part of the tunnel. And that's what I showed you in the beginning of the video with the stacked up circles, or they look like little rectangles stacked up to make a cone. That's it right here. So you got to understand the science is through light. This is the rings. This is what Ezekiel saw, and these is what we're supposed to do as gods. This ain't just here for us. They just not telling us. Illuminati keep all the secret and put us on medication. If you see me doing this, you think I'm crazy. And some of us do it uncontrollably. We don't have control over it. As you can see, I'm inducing it more now. And as I go deeper into the meditation, I'm getting towards the end of the journey. At the end of the journey, you see the main light open up. That's why they say the light at the end of the tunnel. It's real. That's a chakra right there. That's my destination, is to that one straight up there at the top in the middle. Is going to stay in a fixed position. Now, Once you get to there, you pop out on the other side. It ain't like you're gonna be in the dark with just that right there. You will be coming out of like a cave into a whole new world. So that's it right here, as you can see, and it forms that's called the dragon eye. That's why it's the eye of the dragon. You see it in the clouds and stars. It's the same thing. Now it starts to terraform, or what we call the tetragrammaton. When it gets like that, it's your imagination now, or really the world you're supposed to go to, that actually forms in there through formation. And once you go through, you will see it like you will see this world. It'll be the same. As you can see now, I compress light into just single rays. I'm catching light one at a time. This is what it would look like if you was to be inside me and watching me travel through different dimensions. That window that just popped up is the same, like I told you, the one after the bright opens the next one, which opens the next one. Everything will go from the right to the left. But we're going to go right through the center. If I was flying through, I would become the orb now in the middle of the middle sphere. And as you can see, it's a black orb right there. And I will not be seeing it now from a circular point of view and from this third point of view, but from a first person point of view, where I'm actually flying like Sonic through just rings and going through these circles. These is the rings. This is what make you Lord of the Rings. So this will be the alignment of what I see as I travel through. I'm using the middle one for you so you can see. Now, out of focus is the key to this. Look at this picture of the sun out of focus. It's the same as these rings. As I bring you up closer now, you're going to see this out of focus picture is actually the picture that they're showing your chakras. These are cells. These is the rings you travel through. You know, once you learn how to master it, you will see this is what's inside of you. You're trapped in between one of these rings with a gatekeeper. He controls your perception, so you only see reality from 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4 dimension, from an ignorant perspective, from a darkness, from a positive to a negative. All of these is controlled by these rings. So if you're Lord of the Rings, you Lord of control of yourself, control the destiny, and can change your destiny through these rings too. It controls what happens in the physical. They tell you what you do in the astral come down to the physical. This is how it's done when you graduate to these courses of the lessons. So I just wanted to show you how everything aligned with these pictures right here. They're showing you those is gatekeepers. When I tell you about gatekeepers, that's what I'm talking about. When I tell you about rings, this is what I'm telling you about. When Ezekiel said he saw rings, this is what he's telling you. When it moved to the right, when he moved, it moves with the cherubium. When it moved to the left, it follows the cherubium. Because these are the cherubium. These is a light ray is a cherubium, you could say. And it has the ability to manifest or disappear. Now the trick to this is we are in a dimension that is flat. The dimension is flat, but the spheres is circular. So you got to understand how everything works. Your eyes could trick you if you don't know what you're doing. University of Conscious Science. One love.